Hello, everybody. My name is Eugene, and I'll be presenting a prototype supply chain system for the agriculture sector in Africa. I've named it Endarud. Endarud is basically a Swahili word meaning go, come back. Yeah. So basically, what happens in Africa is our mainstay is agriculture. I myself, I've tried getting into agriculture, being a university graduate but was unemployed. I tried getting into agriculture. But the biggest challenges that I faced was lack of access to credit facilities. What I would like to say is now me being a young farmer, I don't have access to inputs, I don't have access to agricultural extension services, and I don't have access to the end buyer. So I've got to facilitate all those activities in order for me to rely on agriculture as a means of living. You've got to procure the inputs, do your own forms of transportation, and then do your own end buying. Now, whom are the users in this kind of system? We have the producers, the farmer at the bottom of the pyramid. We have the buyers. The buyers are the people at the end of the supply chain. We've got the financiers. These are the banks. We've got agricultural finance corporations. These provide funding for this kind of activities. And then we have the agro dealers. Agro dealers are the people who supply the inputs. So what we are trying to do is create a system that brings all these people together in such a way that the entire supply chain system is brought together and the farmer has access to information. All the other players also do have access to that kind of information. This kind of system is not targeted at farmers who are not willing to sign agreements. This system is based on the fact that the end buyer and the farmer make an agreement. Based on this agreement, the financials come in, the agro dealers come in because they know that the agreement has been signed and there's somebody who can leverage the cost at the end of the day. That's the proposed supply chain system, the entire system. We've got all the players being there. So the system will provide strong linkages. A use case would be a farmer needs farm inputs. The farmer requests the buyer for, I need seeds for planting. The buyer will receive a kind of notice. The buyer approves. Using the system, the buyer can be able to notify the bank that you supply this, you pay for this inputs, so that the farmer can get them at the end of the system. The competition, there are some agricultural models that have been formed. There was one by the Bill Gates Foundation, by the World Food Program, and then there's one by the input suppliers in Africa, in Kenya particularly. But most of them have been largely unsuccessful. Reason, they didn't look at the underlying issues that needed to be addressed in order for agriculture to be a form of living for the rural farmer. Marketing means for this kind of product. This product is targeted at the rural community. So generally, the best means of getting to them is community meetings, commonly known as barazas. This kind of meetings is where farmers are informed of how can they be able to join the system, what advantages will they gain from the system, and basically the process that they can go. Also, farmer trainings can be offered through such kind of meetings. Revenue stream. How can this kind of system be able to be sustainable and generate revenue? We've some of the means identified is produce transactions. At the end of the supply chain, when the buyer from the agreement gets the seeds, he or she pays out. From this kind of payouts, we can be able to get commissions. There are SMS transactions sent from the system to the farmer. We can do any form of advertisements appended to the end of the SMS. We've got consulting. Now that this kind of system is based, it's an agricultural system, consulting will be good business. How would this kind of system be considered a success? When we have a large number of farmers getting into the system, what we'd like to do is have the system bringing in people such as insurers at the end. In the end, we have transporters coming in, we have warehouse holders coming in. Having a large number of farmers will bring confidence in such a way that all these other players can be able to come in and they are able to fund the system, and then funding the system means that the system can be sustainable in the long run. What can the 8,000 Swiss francs do for this kind of project? Initially, we'll have to do a lot of education, a lot of partner negotiations in order to bring in banks, to bring in the agro dealers. We've got to create confidence in them and then create a small prototype of the system to basically show out what this kind of system can be able to do to the farmer. Thank you.